Hey guys, it's your girl, Tina Estes, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is going to be in response to the questions some of you posted for me. So, if you want to know more, please keep watching. So the first question is from my dear virtual friend, Saar Saeed. And he has 4 questions for me actually. And the first one is, who inspired you to get into music? And I love answering this question because there's really only one person on earth that did this for me, and he just passed away last year in March, and that is my father. And he was my biggest contributor and biggest inspiration for music. He loved all types of music. I remember listening to Al Green, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Jewel, Spice Girls, country, bluegrass, and he loved classical music. And I think that leads us to our second question that he wrote. He said, who are your favorite artists? So definitely composers included. It would be Rachmaninoff, Lauryn Hill. Okay, if you know anything about me, if you've known me for a couple years, you should know that Lauryn Hill is my queen. Number 3, he asks, when composing a song and writing one, what motivates you to create? I'm going to explain it like this. Yes, sometimes there's emotional things that really make me want to write about it. You know, I've written about several exes, okay? And I've gotten some great songs out of them. But sometimes, you know, it's just I hear something in my head as far as chords go, and I need to play it. I'll give you an example with One Moment. Now, One Moment is on iTunes. It's on my YouTube. I have a music video for it. I just started with this. And then I just let it simmer and marinate with my spirit. It really just molded itself, and I came up with that concept. All I need is one moment to show you who I am. I let the music speak to me. I let it provoke whatever it's going to provoke from me as far as feeling. Then I try to align the words with it. And if it doesn't fit, then I keep going. Because it has to be right. There could be several that sound good, but there's only one meant for it. Last question. Have any major artists and record companies offered you their services? I've had meetings. One guy was like, how much are you willing to take off? And that's just not how I roll. And you can look at my Instagram, you can look at my Facebook. That's not how I roll. Like I'm very modest. I've been in contact with a few people, I guess. I think I'm way too independent for like a major record label. And so I understand that, you know, this route is not necessarily the most lucrative route, but thank goodness I don't make my money just off of this. I knew that I always wanted to be authentic to my music and to my sound and to my message. And I wasn't going to, like, when it comes to making money, I will do that to feed my family. You know, I spent 3 years at a place I hated so that I could feed my family. That's different. But when it comes to my music, what part of the day do you feel most creative for songwriting and creating music, and why do you think that is? And please elaborate. Gosh, it's not just a part of the day. Like, I have to have a week of stress-free. And this is really bad. Like, I can't force the process. You gotta be in tune with your spirit and with your creative mind. Like, if I've had like a really stressful week, then I'm not gonna be doing a writing session. Unless, like, I'm up one night and I'm crying or something, and I really need to divert my energy so that it does not destroy me. Before I self-destruct, I need to get rid of this energy. How can I do this? And throughout the years, what I've done is I do music. I'll write, I'll be composing, I'll be recording. Just keeping it real. Next question from my man, Sir Devin Mitchell. My question is based on personal experience. How do you decide which gigs to do on charity and which ones to do as business? I promise I'm not a money-hungry jerk, just looking for some guidelines as to when to realize that I may be taken advantage of. Alright, so there might be a fundraiser going on, right? Or it might be a church event going on. Now, if they're paying the chef, All right? If they're paying the DJ, if they're paying the wait staff, then they need to be paying you too. If they have a budget for a DJ, if they have a budget for a dance floor, then they have a budget for you too. By no means should you let anybody take advantage of you in that type of situation. Now, if they're saying, hey, you know, I got someone to donate this stage for us. I got someone to donate the sound system for 2 hours. I really want you to perform in front of these high school kids. That's when you're like, you know what? I'm down for the cause. Let's do it. You know what I mean? But there's a difference. If they have a budget for everything else, then they have a budget for you, my brother. All right? All right. Junior Burnaby says, how has your work developed since your last single? Since my last, true single, a lot has happened, including the passing of my father. The first gig I had after that, my music took a shift, and I love it. And I had to apologize to my listeners. At first, I said, I'm about to play something, and it's not like what you're used to from hearing from me. And I'm sorry in advance. I got a great response. I was super surprised. But someone came up to me, one of my loyal fans who I love and I appreciate, and he said, I like your old stuff better. And I said, I totally get you. I totally get you. And I understand. Thank you for sharing. But, this is just how this is how it's been moving. And it just happened when he passed. It just took like a paradigm shift. Definitely always authentic, so I'm like, uh-oh, this is how it's going. I don't know if anyone's gonna like this. Second question from Junior is, are you working on any new projects for 2016? My thing right now is I'm trying to put the pressure on myself. The next couple of singles you're gonna hear are gonna be fully produced by me. I've been super nervous about it and kind of stressed and putting so much pressure on myself that I've kind of avoided the project. I mean, it's all 85% done. It's just that last 15% that's so hard to complete. So I promise you're going to hear it, and I hope you love it, because it's going to be all me. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be hella vulnerable. That concludes the questions. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Thank you to the people who posted on the forum your questions, and if you have any other questions, please post them below. I would love to answer and do a follow-up video for you. Enjoy your families, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Bye guys.